Students, today we are going to study subject geography standard 9th lesson number 3 exogenetic process part 1 video number 7. In previous video we learned about the second lesson endogenetic movements. Means due to endogenetic movements different landforms are formed. Yeah, endogenic means na internal movements, means due to internal movements we have seen that how the different landforms are formed like mountains, continents, and due to volcanic eruption conical mountain या plateaus are formed. Means many landforms are formed due to the internal movements. Many processes occurring on the earth's surface also lead to formation or degradation of landform continuously. Because of this process the earth's surface also lead to formation of degradation and landforms degradation of the landforms continuously, means landforms are also erode due to the external process. And in this lesson we will be studying the exogenetic, means what, external process. Exo means what, external, and endo means what, internal. In the second lesson we learned internal movements. Now we are going to study external process and the landforms formed by them. See, external process occur because of the force working on the earth's surface. They are mainly solar energy, gravitational force, and kinetic energy associated with the moving objects on the earth surface. You already know what is the gravitational force. Means an object which has mass attracts other objects having mass. This force is, this force of attraction is called gravitational force. The object which has more mass has more force. Gravitational force is dependent upon the masses of the objects and the distance between them. This is called the gravitational force, and also kinetic energy associated with the moving objects on the earth surface. And in this lesson we are studying that only, means how the external process, due to external process, how the different landforms are formed on the surface of the earth. See what is given here, do you know? Landforms form on the earth's surface as a result of internal movements. Means we have already seen that how there is a tremendous energy is generated in the mantle layer, because in the mantle layer magma chambers are found, and this energy slow movements, sudden movements, this energy comes out on the surface of the earth. Means different landforms are formed due to internal movements, and these landforms are called primary and secondary landforms. For example, continents, mountains, plateaus, plain, these are the example of primary and secondary landforms, because these landforms are formed due to internal movements. And because of the external process like weathering, erosion, transportation, and deposition, the primary and secondary landforms give way to the tertiary landforms. For example, valleys, sand dunes, delta, U-shaped valleys, etc. Means what is the weathering is there? The process by which rocks become weak and the powder because of the external forces, and this is called the weathering. And this weathering is divided into three types. We are going to study next, that is the mechanical, chemical, and biological weathering. Means due to weathering, erosion, transportation, deposition, primary and secondary landforms give way to the tertiary landforms. Okay, next we are going to study in this lesson. So the next point now, here some pictures are given here. You can see the first picture is given about the exfoliation of dome shaped field. This is the example of the mechanical weathering. You can see how the outer cover of the earth is peeled off. This is called the exfoliation of dome shaped field. This is also mechanical weathering. This is the block disintegration is there. And shattering means also the rocks are in the coastal areas the water is absorbed in the rocks. This is a type of the mechanical weathering in temperature zones where temperature falls below 0 degrees Celsius and water in the cracks of the rocks freeze, and frozen water needs more space and this leads to the breaking of the rocks, and their shattering pieces spread here and there. This is called the shattering. Okay, next again we will see that many examples, many pictures are given here. This is the oxidation, chemical weathering is there. This is also chemical example of the chemical weathering. You can salt weathering is there. This is the biological weathering. This is also example of the biological weathering. See now first what is the weathering. Breaking or weakening of rocks is a not natural phenomenon. It is called weathering. Weathering can be of the three types, which are these: mechanical, it is also known as physical, then next is the chemical, and biological. Means in arid climates mechanical weathering is dominant, while in humid climate chemical weathering is more effective, and biological weathering occurs because of living organisms. Means here three types of weathering are given. Mainly mechanical weathering is seen in the dry and hot climate, that is the arid climate is there. Chemical weathering in humid climate, and biological weathering occurs due to the living organisms. Yeah, living organisms are responsible for the weathering. It is known as the biological weathering. So we will see, first we will start with the what is the mechanical weathering. Okay, means you can activities given here: take an onion, cut it in the middle, observe the cut parts, try to remove each skin layer of these parts. See, that is called the exfoliation. See what is given here: exfoliation. See here example is also picture have shown here. See that this is the exfoliation is there. Means you will see, yeah, you will notice that just as we can remove each and every outer layer of the onion, no, similarly in nature rocks undergo such a process. What is the reason for this process? The because these rocks are exposed, and exposed part of the rocks heats more, while the inner part of the comparatively cooler, because outer side there is the high temperature is there on the surface of the earth, and due to the heat of the sun these rocks heats more. Yeah, exposed part, yeah, outer part of the rocks heats more, while the inner part is comparatively cooler, and as a result the outer layer of the rock falls apart from the main rock. You can see that how the rocks fall apart from main rock, means peel, that is the peeling of the rock. It is known as the exfoliation. Yeah, this process is called the exfoliation of the rock. You will see that this is the example is given, exfoliation. This is also disintegration, means exfoliation is there, means how the outer cover, outer layer of the rocks is peeled off. Outer cover of the rock is removed, fall apart from the main rock. This is the example of the exfoliation. See, next are given mechanical weathering are found due to which regions. You can see this picture is also given 3.2 exfoliation. You can see outer cover of the rock is peeled. The cover outer layer of the rock is fall apart from the main rock. This is the exfoliation. Now mechanical weathering mainly occurs because of the following reasons. First is the temperature, frost, crystal growth, release of pressure and water. These are the reasons are responsible for the mechanical weathering. We have already seen in the exfoliation how because of the temperature how the rocks are peeled off. Now see mechanical weathering. First is the temperature, means the minerals in the rocks expand because of the heat and contract when temperature decreases, because we have also learnt rocks are made up with the different particles and minerals, and the minerals in the rocks expand because of the heat. If there is the heat is there, these minerals in the rocks are expand, and if there is the temperature drops down, again these are contract when temperature decreases, and due to such continuous contracting and expanding, tension develops in the rock particles, and each minerals reacts differently to the temperature, because rock is a mixture of many minerals, and each minerals are react differently to the temperature, and some minerals expand more while other do not expand as much. Means mineral in the rocks are due to high temperature expansion is there, but every mineral is not react same, it is the reacts differently, and consequently the tension formed in the rock also increases and decreases, means because of the temperature in the daytime the temperature is high and in the night time the temperature is the low, means there is a variation in the temperature, and as a result cracks develop in the rocks and they break. And in areas where diurnal range of temperature is higher, and weathering of this type of is common in the hot desert, means because of the difference in temperature, if the temperature drops down the minerals in the rocks are contract, and if the temperature is high minerals in the rocks are expand, means this process goes on continuously, increasing decreasing, and it creates a tension in the rock mass and rocks are weathered, yeah, cracks are developed. This process is also common in the hot deserts, means how the temperature is the responsible for the mechanical weathering. See next now, frost. You know that the volume of the water increases when it freezes. Mainly this type of frost is occur in the cool area, because the temperature is the minus degree Celsius. The temperature drops down below 0 degree Celsius for a quite some time, and the accumulated water in the cracks and crevices, the rocks freeze and the volume increases, and these lead to the tension in the rocks and they shatter. Means we have seen the picture, what is the shattering is there, you can see that, means here the temperature drops below 0 degree Celsius for a quite some time, and the water accumulated in the cracks and crevices in the rocks are freeze. And you know that the uh, what is that, the volume is increases, means ice require more space than the water, and also this leads the tension in the rock mass and rocks are shattered. This is called the shattering. So in the next video we will learn remaining crystal growth, release of pressure and water.